Infinity Slayer.
Hey everybody, it's Ryan McCaffrey with IGN, and we are back at 343 Industries to check out more Halo 4 multiplayer maps, the Crimson DLC map pack. I am once again joined by Kynan Pearson, the lead multiplayer level designer at 343. Good to see you again, Kynan.
Great seeing you.
So, you've got 3 more new levels. We're going to check them all out. If you saw our previous Halo 4 coverage leading up to the release of the game, we did these walkthrough tours for all 10 maps. So now we've got a few more. Kind of tell us a little bit about Harvest.
So the map that we're looking at is Harvest. It's a symmetrical layout. There are asymmetrical elements, again, in the rock formations and kind of the terrain on each side. But this is a great map for CTF, for objective game types. So you've got a base on each side back here. This is a blue base. There's routes down around the outside lower half of the base if you're taking vehicles, so that you have some sneaky routes getting into the base. There's some lifts in the back that'll take you up. And then you can see down here that you've got kind of the open objective area. These move off into the center of the base through ramps on either side, as you can see here.
This looks like a pretty good sized map. Is this more of a big team, 8 to 16?
It supports 4v4 as well as 6v6, although you could run 8v8 games on it. But it's not as large whenever you see it kind of in the context of running through here. You can see that you can actually get from side to mid fairly easily, and whenever you're in vehicles, it's a really fast route. So it may look big at first glance, but whenever you're playing it, you can see that it's...
Now, speaking of the vehicles, I did see a Warthog over there. What vehicles are on this map?
So we've got Warthog, Mongoose, and Ghost.
The usual classic fare.
Yep.
So, can we take a look at the out in the distance there? Where is this map set? Because I'm seeing a very pretty backdrop here.
Yeah. So this map takes place on Harvest, which Halo fans will know fictionally, where that's at.
In the book, yeah.
Yeah, and this is one of the kind of farming communities where they will basically take resources off of the world and ship them out to other worlds.
Now you're doing a lap in the Warthog,
Yeah.
and you just drove by. Oh, here comes. Looks like there's a few really sick Warthog jumps in here.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff just for players to have fun with. Kind of, they work as line of sight blockers, but they also just make for some fun jumps and hops around the map. So you can see that you can get around the map very quickly if you're cruising around full speed on a Warthog. There's some choke points and stuff where you can kind of come through these little areas that give, if you're on foot, you have ways of defending yourself against the Warthogs coming through. So there's the mid route for just on foot infantry style running, and then you've got all the vehicle routes on the outer edge. So this mid structure has lifts on the sides that take you up. But also there's a little cut through hallway in the middle that if you're doing flag runs, you've got multiple choices for your routes. The other thing is, if we come through here, there's also kind of a high route that takes you through the top, and there's a jump kind of leading in. But you can run across here and basically bypass the center area, but you'll be under fire whenever you're going
So you mentioned CTF right off the bat. That's music to my ears. It's looking like many Halo levels. Oh, there's a sort of tram going by up top there. A little ambient action. These outer areas in particular look like a DMR paradise potentially.
Yeah, there are some long channels for long lines of sight, but as you can see, there's hills that kind of break up the areas. So it's not like I'm going to be getting engaged from people that are kind of sitting over on the backside or whatever. I can actually back down this, and you see that it provides ample cover. Plus, you've got the rocks in the way that give you something to basically defend yourself by going over the crests and shooting and stuff like that. But yeah, we do allow plenty of opportunity for DMRs, VRs, light rifle, sniper rifle to have some coverage of the map. But as you can see, if you're running through the bases and central structures, there's tons of walls kind of giving you some close quarters and some mid-range opportunities.
Right. Let's talk about some armor abilities. Got any recommendations here? I mean, certainly maybe some jetpack potential to jump up into the base quickly. What else might work?
Yeah, like personal automated turret is always good for an objective mode if you're just dropping it out by the flag. Thruster pack is great just because you can use it to get in and out of engagements around corners as well as Promethean vision. Just because you can then see the angles that people are approaching the end cap bases.
Now these maps have obviously been in development for a while. These things don't make themselves overnight, but you've no doubt been taking some feedback into account since Halo 4 shipped. This map pack is out very soon in December. What are there any things you've learned from Halo 4 finally being out in the wild that maybe you've applied here either conceptually or just flow-wise?
Well, this was actually a map that we had in development fairly early, and it was one of the test beds for a lot of the CTF development. So this is, it's a great symmetrical map. It's got, very focused channels, and I think that's something that people love with, Ragnarok and some of the other maps that we have that provide those opportunities. And this is much in that style, even though it gives a different experience. It's going to scratch that itch for the people that like that kind of balanced experience. So yeah, it was one of those things where we've seen a lot of the feedback, and we wanted to again take some of the learning from that and pop it in here just in regards to being symmetrical, being more focused in terms of the options that you have. There's like 3 routes that you'll take, and you have all of the opportunities for vehicle stuff and then infantry. But it's definitely a much more balanced experience for objective modes.
Now, the last time we were here, and the last time you told me about a test bed map that you guys have been working on for a long time, you were talking about Haven, which has proven to be quite possibly the single most popular Halo 4 map, at least in my matchmaking experience. It gets voted through almost every single time. So by that logic, I think we might be looking at the next CTF superstar right here.
Well, again, I don't think that's necessarily for us to define. People will figure out what they like, and they'll vote on those in their own right. But yeah, this is something that we're very happy with, and excited to see how people react to it.
I saw earlier downstairs, it looked like there were a little botany lab, some plant samples down there.
Yeah, so kind of a cool little cut-through area that has some plant life in the canisters down below.
Warning, do not eat the plants. I love that scenery out there. We've never visited Harvest in a Halo game before.
It's a new experience for players and something that we wanted to have, some fictional throwback for fans, incorporating some more of the extended fiction.
So I guess maybe kind of a last question I might have for you here is, as you're putting together your very comprehensive DLC plan that's been announced, if you have your Halo 4 map pass or if you bought the limited edition of the game, we've got 3 map packs coming, a total of 9 maps over the course of the next several months. Why go with Harvest out of the gate here as opposed to maybe one of the ones that's coming later? Did you feel like there was a CTF kind of void that you wanted to fill, or was this one just further along? Am I overthinking it?
No, I think that it's all part of the master plan in terms of how we pace these out. Some of it's production-wise, whichever ones are done first.
Right.
And some of it goes by just knowing what we put out and knowing the needs of certain areas of gameplay. Yeah, this one had a focus for being more of objective game modes, having some more vehicle maps and opportunities, and just kind of rounding out some of the pockets that we left in the initial map offerings.
Well, this is Harvest, and it is part of the Crimson Map Pack, which will be downloaded automatically for you if you have the Map Pass or the Limited Edition. Otherwise, it's part of the Crimson Map Pack that's out for 800 Microsoft points, coming up very soon. Thanks very much. And for all your Halo 4 needs, you're already in the right place. It's IGN.